Right now at 5, Wisconsin paychecks could be getting bigger, but there's a catch. Plus, the president's new threat, what he wants to do, and what it means for your family.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 5.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for News 8 Now at 5. I'm Emily Brown. Ken has the night off. We start with developing news. The Greenland drama growing hours before President Donald Trump leaves for Davos. A live look at the White House. Trump leaves at 8 p.m. tonight. The trip coming after he marked his first year in office, and growing concerns from foreign leaders. CBS's Erica Brown has more.
At the White House Tuesday, President Trump highlighted the accomplishments of the first year of his second term.
We created super high economic growth, and America is booming.
Nearby, demonstrators marked this anniversary with a protest. It comes ahead of the president's high-stakes trip to the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland, amid his intensifying push to acquire Greenland.
We will work something out where NATO is going to be very happy and where we're going to be very happy. But we need it for security purposes. We need it for national security and even world security.
Ahead of the summit, he posted on social media a doctored image of an Oval Office meeting showing a map of Canada and Greenland covered with the American flag. In another post, he disclosed a private message from French President Emmanuel Macron saying, quote, "I do not understand what you're doing on Greenland." In Davos, Macron suggested countries should push back on the president.
We need more growth, we need more stability in this world, but we do prefer respect to bullies.
President Trump has threatened new tariffs on countries that resist his push to take over Greenland, which he insists is needed for national security reasons. But some lawmakers have slammed the president's treatment of allies.
It's time to cool this down and stop. Threats against Europe, against NATO, are not in our national best interest.
President Trump says he's agreed to various meetings with allies in Davos and reiterated Greenland is imperative and, quote, "there will be no going back." Erica Brown, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
And Greenland is our News 8 poll question. Would you support the U.S. buying it? 18% say yes, 78% no, and 3% are unsure. And more developing news tied to Vice President J.D. Vance and Usha Vance. The couple are expecting their fourth child. The pair breaking the news on Instagram. They also revealed the gender, a boy. Usha is the first spouse of a vice president to be pregnant while holding the title of Second Lady. Breaking news out of Minnesota, the DOJ serving grand jury subpoenas to Governor Tim Walz, Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Fry, and Attorney General Keith Ellison. It's part of an investigation accusing the officials of obstruction of federal law enforcement. It comes as anti-ICE protests continue almost 2 weeks after Renee Good was fatally shot. Just a short time ago, the head of Border Patrol said this.
It's that collusion and corruption between elected officials and these anarchists that are intent on creating violence for law enforcement.
Governor Walz responding on social media saying in part, quote, "My focus has been protecting the people of this state, not protecting myself. Minnesota will not be intimidated into silence, and neither will I." A News 8 follow-up, Onalaska Police Chief Charles Ashbeck retiring today. A farewell celebration took place at City Hall. Ashbeck was in law enforcement for 30 years. During his career, Ashbeck served as chief of police for 19 years, with the last 6.5 as the Onalaska chief.
Being a chief for about 19 years brings a lot of stress with that, and so I'm looking forward to just kind of unwinding some of that and just kind of keep an open mind at what the next chapter brings.
Assistant Chief Tim Berg will serve as interim chief. Ashbeck says a permanent replacement will likely be named in the spring.
Well, overall, it was a much improved day here. We didn't have the temperature, the wind chill in the morning, and actually we got it well above zero with a lot of sunshine out there. So really get out and enjoy it. Even tomorrow, we're going to see better conditions because it'll be a while till we see these as we go into the deep freeze the end of the week. But a lot of teens out there, some single digits, but all in all, without the wind, it wasn't too bad. We still got about a wind about 5 to 8 miles per hour. Right now, temperatures are holding steady with cloud cover increasing, and that'll be the story tonight too. Is temperatures are going to be fairly steady at where they at, or maybe raise a degree or two. But for the evening hour, we're looking at Eau Claire. Cloudy skies, not expected any snow right now. Getting just really steady at 9 degrees. You see the wind chill just hovering about 1 to 2. La Crosse got a little bit of snow coming back in. It's going to be better further south, but we will see some of that activity later on. Temperatures actually steady, coming down a few or even rising later on tonight. Overall, there's your activity that's beginning to approach the area from the west. Really, the track of all this is going to be along and south of I-90. Right now, we don't see it quite into the DMA yet, but it will be coming. So we got snow tonight. We have more snow tomorrow afternoon. And then, of course, the big story is the deep freeze or the dangerous cold for the end of the week. And we'll explain all that a bit later.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Greg. In Eau Claire, a public hearing was held for a water rate increase. Last July, the city submitted paperwork to the state to hike costs. Right now, residents are billed quarterly and pay $77. The hike plan would raise bills by 20%. Now, if approved, the increase would start May 1st. In Madison, the Assembly passing a bill eliminating taxes on overtime and tips. News 8 Now's Grace Monk is in the newsroom with what's next.
The bill passed with bipartisan support last week. They're now heading to the Senate. So here's what the no tax on overtime bill would allow. Single filers could claim up to $12,500 per year and joint filers up to $25,000. Individuals earning more than $250,000 or $500,000 as a family would not be eligible. The no tax on tips bill would allow you to claim a state income tax subtraction for tips earned from 2025 through 2028. Similar to the federal bill, workers can deduct up to $25,000 on cash tips.
They can pay their bills, they can maybe spend in other restaurants, or they just have more take-home pay. So that's always a benefit to anybody who can have more dollars in their pocket.
The Department of Revenue says the state would lose an estimated $6.7 billion on tips and $150 million on overtime pay per year. If the bills pass, workers in Wisconsin would be able to subtract those from both federal and state income taxes. In the newsroom, Grace Monk, News 8 Now.
Thank you, Grace. UWL Chancellor James Beebe giving his spring welcome address this morning. Beebe touted the school's record enrollment numbers as well as the school's priorities for the future.
Students want to come here. This is a selective institution. They could choose to go anywhere, but they choose to come here because our academics are strong and because our programs are cutting edge and because the campus feels homey, in the words of students.
Beebe also said the university is ready to launch its UWL Forward Plan, which will prioritize the community to continue advancing the university. Winona State University breaking ground on its newest residence hall. Foundation Hall will help meet the growing students' housing needs, offering 340 beds with air conditioning, private bathrooms, hammock spaces, and a patio.
It'll do two things. One, it'll give us the beds we need, but then it'll also allow us slowly to take some residence halls offline once this one's built, so we can upgrade them and renovate them and add air conditioning and get them to modern specs.
The hall is set to be ready for students by the fall of 2027. The Supreme Court taking on gun rights. Coming up, what's at stake for gun owners? Plus, it's not a Hollywood film, an unbelievable scene when a sandstorm strikes.
Tomorrow on News 8 Now this morning, more companies are going shoe-free in the workplace for some good reasons. We'll tell you more. Nicole is tracking a wintry Wednesday. We'll have the details when we see you at 5 a.m.
Save money and sleep better during the January clearance sale at PM Sleep Center. Twins starting at $159, full starting at $249, queen pillow tops as low as $399. Shop the January clearance sale only at PM Sleep Center, giving La Crosse a good night's sleep for over 40 years.
We see you out there coming up with original ideas, which is why you shop at Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Because you know that when a spark of inspiration hits, we'll have the brands and supplies you need at prices that'll help make it happen. Like 6-piece Milwaukee multi-tool blade kits, just $24.99. Peak premium antifreeze and coolant, $11.99 a gallon. And these 3-panel LED shop lights, just $3.99 each. Find the value you need to bring your ideas to life. Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
We're starting the new year with our biggest sale of the year at Interior Designs Holman. All our carpets are on sale, so you'll save money and get more for free. Free measuring and estimating at your home. Free furniture moving, even that heavy couch and king-size bed. Free removal of your old carpet and padding, and we'll recycle it. Free life of carpet labor warranty for as long as you own the carpet. All at the lowest prices of the year and 12 months no interest financing. Save money and get more for free during the biggest carpet sale of the year going on now at Interior Designs Holman.
Hi. Hi. Chocolate fundraiser. With the Chase mobile app, things move a little more smoothly. Deposit checks easily and send money quickly. That's convenience from Chase. Make more of what's yours.
Everyone deserves to be connected. Big cities, small towns, everywhere in between. And staying connected shouldn't break the bank. That's why T-Mobile and U.S. Cellular have joined forces. The best network just got bigger. And we're combining it with the local service you know and trust. Join now and save up to 20% versus Verizon.
Save money and sleep better during the January clearance sale at PM Sleep Center. Choose from over 15 mattresses starting at only $5.99. Shop the January clearance sale only at PM Sleep Center, giving La Crosse a good night's sleep for over 40 years.
In Spain, 3 days of mourning are underway after a tragic train collision. The death toll rising to 41 after the Sunday night crash. Recovery crews still using cranes to lift up the train cars, looking for victims underneath. The cause of the crash is still under investigation. The Supreme Court heard arguments today about a Hawaii law limiting guns in places like shops. As CBS's Jared Hill reports, the case straddles two key issues important to the court.
From Hawaii's beaches to restaurants, no guns allowed on private property open to the public without the express consent from the owner. Tuesday, before the Supreme Court, 3 plaintiffs argued that law is unconstitutional.
The presumptive ban is inconsistent with our national historical tradition of firearms regulation.
The Constitution protects the right to keep and bear arms. It doesn't create implied consent to bring those arms onto another's property.
The case overlaps 2 issues important to the court: private property protections and Second Amendment rights. Hawaii and 4 other states, including New York, created similar concealed carry guardrails in response to a Supreme Court decision in 2022, which said in part that gun regulations must be consistent with the historical tradition of firearm regulation in the U.S.
A lot of what we hear this morning is trying to figure out what is our nation's history and tradition? And there's, interestingly, a great deal of discussion about property rights. What do private property owners really have the ability to say when it comes to whether or not somebody's going to walk onto their property with a firearm?
The court's conservative majority has consistently backed gun rights. Chief Justice John Roberts framed a comparison with the First Amendment.
Yeah, I don't have to have a sign on the sidewalk before you enter my property saying, okay to come on if you're going to give me some leaflet, or okay to come on if you're a candidate.
In the leafleting example, the reason why you get to go up to the person's door is not because you have a First Amendment right to do that. You get to go up to the First Amendment, the person's door, because there is a custom and tradition of implying the person's consent.
A ruling is expected by the end of June. Jared Hill, CBS News.
The Minnesota woman behind the Minnesota fraud scheme is speaking out for the first time since her trial. Last year, Amy Bach was convicted in a $250 million plot to defraud a government program to feed hungry children. Investigators say Bach collected bribes and kickbacks from meal site operators, but Bach defends her actions.
If I had done this, I would have pled guilty.
Didn't federal agents find gold jewelry, cash in your closet?
They found minimal jewelry. I believe it was like 2 pair of earrings, a bracelet, a watch. There was some cash there.
Bach faces up to 33 years in prison. Netflix now revising its offer for Warner Brothers Discovery. It's now prepared to pay all cash. The offer stands at $27.75 per share. The two companies hope that offer will fend off Paramount's hostile takeover bid. We'll have more news ahead, but first.
Yeah, we got snow going through Wednesday and milder temperatures, but then the big story going into Thursday night, all the way through Saturday is the dangerous, extreme dangerous cold that we'll be encountering. We'll break it all down coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
Right now at Home Sleep Express, when you spend $4.99 or more, pay nothing down, nothing for interest, nothing for sales tax, and nothing for shipping on Thomas Cole and Prana Sleep. The Something for Nothing sale, now at Home Sleep Express.
You know what's on my mind? It's butt cold out here and I don't have any heat at home.
Well, gotta have heat, Einstein.
Up yours, smarty. I just don't know who to call.
Jacob said Chuck used the local company. The Primary Colors, the good one?
What?
What?
Huh?
Well, there's your sign.
Jeez Louise.
Moron.
Hey, putz.
Call GNC for the best heating and air conditioning guaranteed.
A home you love. A business that endures. It takes your vision, your hard work, and your dedication to bring them to life. The right tools help. Case IH truly understands your vision and what you need to achieve it. That's why we build the equipment, the local dealer and service network, and the data and tech you want today and tomorrow. Because we don't just build our equipment to work. We built it to work for you.
Visit any of your local Johnson Tractor dealerships, now including La Crosse and Richland Center.
You want to feel important, to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things.
We know. We felt that way too.
And that's why we joined the Army National Guard. Take on your legacy.
Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
In 1969, Taco John's combined Western traditions with Mexican flavors and created West Mex. More than 50 years later, it still tastes like a good idea. Get crispy tacos for just $1.39 every Taco Tuesday, only at Taco John's.
If you have a crack like this, well, you have a problem. Today I'm learning how a cracked wall might mean your foundation is sinking.
It always points towards the area where it's sinking. For example, this corner here, we're down almost a full inch of drop.
Right, so that's going down and that's causing the crack.
Correct. And then this door, they don't even use that door anymore. It cannot open.
Innovative Basement Authority is now Groundworks. Schedule a free inspection.
Get a sleep like no other on an Heirloom mattress from Home Sleep Express. And right now, pay no interest for 5 years. Plus, get free white glove delivery, setup, and a 120-night guarantee. Heirloom, the perfect sleep, night after night. At Home Sleep Express.
You're definitely going to see a cold snap coming here, but in the meantime, we do have some snow opportunities that could provide a little bit of slick roads. For tonight, really the main concern is just Prairie du Chien all the way down to U.S. Highway 18 as you go further south. That's where you could pick up maybe 3 inches, maybe even 4. Won't impact the morning commute. Roads will be slick maybe down there for the morning commute. The snow will be over with. Otherwise, the rest of the area, we could see some slick roads overnight. Not going to see a lot in the way of accumulation as the system tracks to the south. So that's what's going on with that system right now. If we look currently at what's going to go on, you can see still most of it is yet to be, it's going to take a while to get here. It's going to be fairly dry, but I've got the visibilities over there. But notice the trend, how this kind of dives southward, or it really starts losing that northern edge of the precipitation. By about 8 to 9, we're going to start seeing Decorah. They're right on the edge already, coming down with a little bit, maybe getting down to 2 miles, 1 mile visibility occasionally, but you'll see a lot of 1 to 2 just along and south of I-90 with this, meaning you'll pick up some accumulation, not a significant snow rate by any means. It'll continue to go through for about 3 a.m., and then I think it'll push east. Now, other areas will see some light snow all the way up to Eau Claire, or flurries, but it's not going to amount to too much other than just cloud cover and a few flurries. Tomorrow, there's going to be a break in the morning. Temperatures are going to be fairly mild. I'll get to that story in a second. Then we'll have showers start coming in further north, and then the cold front will be coming through in the afternoon, and this could form a pretty decent convective line of showers coming through at about 3 to 4. You can see the trend once again is south, but it is a little bit further north than the previous system. So Eau Claire areas, they'll see some snow, but the bulk of this once again is going to be just north of I-90, further south as it comes through, and this likely will impact the evening commute, at least with some slick roads. We could pick up a couple inches with this one. The thing behind this is the winds pick up. You can see the areas out of the northwest, so some blowing and drifting could be an issue too. Continue to see snow showers overnight. You can see passing ones here and there, and the snow and the breezy conditions will continue, but not really into much accumulation beyond just maybe 9 to 10 p.m. throughout Wednesday night. Now, as we look at amounts, here's tonight's 1 to 2. In our area further south, you might get that 2 to 3. It really tapers off to nothing as you go further north. Tomorrow, the opportunity is for snow across the entire area, but you notice now that swath, the 1, maybe even 2 to 3 could be picking up in a short amount of time. So we'll have to keep an eye on that, given that we are going to have some impacts with the wind too. But that could provide opportunity for some slick roads through the evening commute. Once that passes, then we'll have some changes. Overnight lows tonight, as you see, they're not going to be fairly steady. Tomorrow, enjoy these because we're not going to see these probably for a good another week too. Mid-20s. Thursday highs, we drop back down into the teens. And then the big story going forward is the cold air that'll be coming here Thursday night through Friday. Wind chills potentially to 40 below Friday morning. We could have low temperatures 15 to 30 below basically from Friday morning to Saturday morning, even Sunday morning too. So it's definitely going to be cold out there, and there's an extreme cold watch that is out there. Once again, we'll get in more details as we get to that forecast, but it's going to be a cold period. We'll finally get out of it by Sunday afternoon. We'll be back in the single digits. And next week overall, below average, but nothing like we've seen this week, or at least Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So don't forget travel issues for the next coming day and a half. There will be some slick roads out there. And then obviously get ready for the deep freeze once again.
Yeah, you'll be happy to know that I did get out for a walk today. I walked 1 block to the post office and right back.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Good job.
Big feet right there. All right, coming up next, it looks apocalyptic. A dust storm takes over parts of a country.
Proper installation of your new windows make a difference. The team at Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions are factory trained to make sure your windows are installed to last. Call or stop into the showroom for your free estimate.
Do you want free internet? Forever? You got it. Really. We mean it. Spectrum is offering free fiber-powered internet forever. Want it? Just call this number and switch 4 mobile lines to Spectrum for a lifetime of internet you never pay for. It's not a trial. It's an unprecedented offer. So we'll say it again. Free fiber-powered internet forever. Have you called yet? Because your internet is forever. But this ad ends now.
Thousands of our heroes face the difficult choice between keeping their heat and power on or facing homelessness. 21,000 Wisconsin veterans are living below the poverty line, many impacted by physical or mental health challenges. Wisconsin loses 3 veterans to suicide every week. Together, our mission is to provide all struggling Wisconsin veterans with a critical survival safety net that keeps them safely in their homes. You can make a real difference by providing a donation to the Wisconsin Heat and Housing for Heroes initiative, with 95 cents of every dollar donated going directly to those right here in your community. Help by visiting www.heatforheroes.org. or by calling 1-800-891-9276. That's 800-891-9276.
No matter where I seat my guests, they seem to like the kitchen best. A kitchen's the heart of the home. It should be warm and welcoming. It should be attractive and functional. But it can be a real challenge unless you come here where you can meet with a designer, find all of the products that you need, and trust the project to our carpenters, plumbers, and electricians. For kitchens, bathrooms, and other home improvements, put your trust in the Board Store Home Improvements. Contact us today.
Expect more from News 8 Now. Thanks for watching.
Well, check out this wild scene, a dust storm sweeping across Libya. A weather system is to blame for it. The dense orange haze covering absolutely everything. The situation was so bad, flights were stopped at 2 international airports. Yeah, I wouldn't go outside. That looks super eerie, like something dangerous would happen. All right, Greg has a final look at your forecast right after this.
The Menards bag sale is here. Get 15% off everything you can fit in the bag. How much will you save? Finish up your projects or even get date night started. You're not going to want to miss this. Hurry in while there's still time to see how much you can fit in the bag. Don't miss this chance to save big at Menards. Get 15% off everything you can fit in the bag.
Save big money at Menards.
I'm Jordan Rudolph, and I'm the owner of Unity Fitness. As our mission to serve and help have a positive influence on so many people, we can't thank you enough for having our back and helping us spread that mission forward into helping more people in the area.
Thank you so much for trusting us with your goals and for 10 years of support.
We view people as more than a before and after.
We're in your corner through the ups and the downs that life has to offer because we know that they'll happen.
To see if you're the right fit for us or if we're the right fit for you, head over to unityfitnesspro.com today.
Do you want free internet? Forever? You got it. Really. We mean it. Spectrum is offering free fiber-powered internet forever. Want it? Just call this number and switch 4 mobile lines to Spectrum for a lifetime of internet you never pay for. It's not a trial. It's an unprecedented offer. So we'll say it again. Free fiber-powered internet forever. Have you called yet? Because your internet is forever. But this ad ends now.
In the heart of Wisconsin dairy country, there's only one place making cottage cheese, and it's right here in Westby. Since 1903, Westby Cooperative Creamery has been farmer-owned and community-driven, crafting wholesome cottage cheese the same way for generations. And with a new investment in modern technology, we're ensuring our tradition continues, fresher, safer, and more sustainable than ever. Westby Cooperative Creamery, the only cottage cheese maker in Wisconsin. Farmer-owned, Wisconsin proud.
What home improvement delivers the highest return on investment? A new garage door. And the perfect door is a genuine overhead door, made to last right here in the USA for over 100 years. Overhead Door has been the leader in exceptional design and quality materials installed by trained, experienced professionals. Find your perfect door. Visit our showroom or go online to choose from an endless array of styles, colors, and accents. From our family to yours, Overhead Door Company of the Seven Rivers region.
All right, some areas will see snow along and south of I-90. Could be a couple inches. Closer to Prairie du Chien, you might get into that 2 to 3 inch range, much less as you go further north. That's round 1. Round 2 is tomorrow afternoon, another couple inches. And then, yes, Thursday night, it's going to get very dangerous cold, and then it'll continue through probably Saturday.
Okay, so we have to bundle up.
Yeah, get ready. Enjoy tomorrow's 20s.
Yeah, nice little reprieve right there. All right, that does it for us at 5. We'll see you right back here at 6.